Hey everyone, James Reeves, TFBTV. It's my honor and my privilege to be here at CZ in the Czech Republic. And today, extra special episode of TFBTV because I'm interviewing the CEO of CZ, Mr. Jan Zajic. Mr. Zajic, thank you so much for being on the program. I understand your time's very limited. We only met like 1 or 2 minutes ago. You have 15 minutes for your next appointment, so I've just set a timer. We asked our viewers on my Twitter, which is @JJReeves, we asked them for questions to ask you. I've selected the 14 most popular questions. I'm going to ask those questions to you to try to get answers from you about them. But before we get there, talk to me about your background. How did you end up becoming the CEO of CZ?
Good morning to all, first of all. Thanks a lot. It's also my pleasure to be here with you and to have a quick chat or a quick discussion. So I'm currently with CZ 4.5 years. And let me say 2.5 years as a CEO. Before that, I used to work as a CFO in this company. So that was like 1.5, 2 years. And my background is basically, let me call industrial and financial. I used to work for many years as a CFO before in the other companies. I do not say automotive, but it's, let me say, close to automotive. And what I would mention in my career past that I was working in a couple of countries, couple of locations. Started obviously in Czech Republic, and then moved to Slovakia, over to Malaysia, over to headquarters to Germany, back to Slovakia, and at a time when I was, let me say, fifth year in Slovakia, working as a CEO and a managing director, I started a discussion with Česká zbrojovka. That was the way how I became CEO in Česká zbrojovka.
Now that we've gotten your background out of the way, let's start with what we call a softball question. That is an easy question. What is the most underappreciated CZ firearm?
You said underappreciated?
Yes, like what we say is underrated in the United States. The one that deserves more credit than it gets.
Well, I would definitely pick one of the polymer frame pistols, for example, another for example, but it's specifically P10. I'll just touch it here. I'll just bring it here. This is the one. Yeah, that gun is amazing. This is fantastic. It has a great shooting comfort. In other words, the great ergonomy for the shooter. There is a lot of innovations. Yeah, it's pretty competitive to let me say top-notch competitors, and the other benefit is very fair price. Yeah, it's a great value for money. Yeah, so I would say this is the one of the guns which the shooters or the customers would really appreciate much more than nowadays.
That's a great way to transition into the next question, which I'm just going to skip right to. A lot of people in the United States have seen that the CZ P10C has come down in price. It's extremely competitive right now in the United States, $300. So people are asking, is it going to be discontinued? Is it going to be replaced? Are there plans for the P10C that it's going to be changed? What are your plans for the P10?
Definitely, we will still continue with the P10. Yeah, and the other beauty is that it's great for MLE, for military and law enforcement, as well for a civilian market. Yeah, you can go there to the shooting range and enjoy it for all the afternoon, whole day, as well as army officer, for example. We will continue with that, and I haven't mentioned yet with the previous question, but one of the key brand values is innovation, and it's not a secret that we work on innovations for every single gun you can see it here, as well as for P10. So there will be definitely upgrade coming soon for a P10. It will get a much more probably is a little bit exaggerated, but it will get some more features. It will get even better shooting comfort, and we assume that these two guns, the original P10 and the new P10, will for a couple of years still continue next to each other. So that gun will, in a couple of months, will get a, let me say, younger, stronger, nicer, more handsome brother. However, we do, the focus is, to grab a bigger market share from the P10 and the successors.
Sure, but the P10 is continuing on.
Right.
No plans to get rid of it.
Not at all.
How much does the U.S. civilian market dictate the decisions that you make at CZ here in the Czech Republic?
Well, a U.S. market is the key market for us. We don't have any other market which is that big as U.S. So via our, let me say, sales and distribution channel there, we hear what is going on, how the customer behave, what the customer wants, and we fully reflect those requirements here in the product management, R&D, and manufacturing as well.
There were a lot of questions about Colt and what the plans are for Colt and for CZ USA, given the recent transition in the United States.
We do see these two brands as let me say, non-competitive. And it's true because we do not have any really competitors or competitive segments. Well, we have one with the assault rifles. We have Bren 2 and Colt has an AR-15 or M4, M5, whatever. However, the platform is different. So there is not a direct competitor. We'd like to, if I sum it up, we'd like to grow together. Yeah, we'd like to use the benefit of the Colt knowledge market or market knowledge of the industry. We have already a great brand name, so we'd like to merge the benefits of both and grow in the US market as well as in the other markets together. Yeah, so use a mutual synergies.
Sure. Any plans to expand the Colt lineup, what Colt offers in terms of products to the US market?
Well, same as I said for CZ, innovative company.
Sure.
And we'd like to also bring innovations with the Colt products too.
I'm about to disappoint many of the viewers out there because I think I know the answer to this question already, but is there any possibility to do throwback guns or retro guns like the CZ83, the VZ61, the VZ58? Is that a possibility ever in the future?
Never say never.
But no.
But with those products, we still do a couple of limited editions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might happen. Let me call it like this: it might happen that we do a relaunch or with a certain limited edition of VZ. I don't know what is it, 61 or 58. Mm-hmm. This might happen, but to go back to the mass production of any of those, highly probably will not happen. Different technology, now the world is completely different. Yeah.
There were a lot of questions about the Bren 2 and the support that the Bren 2 is going to get in the United States. When are we going to get 7.62x39 kits? When are we going to get the 308 Bren 2? What are your plans for the Bren 2 in the US?
Yeah, pretty much the same as I mentioned with the P10. There is innovation in our pipeline, or let me say a new product. I don't want to disclose more. Yeah, the time to market is a little bit longer than what I have mentioned with the P10, yeah. But there's a not secret. We work also on a new assault rifle. I don't want to call it Bren 3, Bren 4, Bren 2.5, or whatever Bren XY. But we'd like to also bring a new brother to Bren 2 with new features, ergonomy, comfort for army officers, military, and complete law enforcement. Yeah.
Bren 2 and 300 blackout, will that happen?
Yes.
Okay, that's very easy. Now we had a lot of questions, of course, about the pistols. Do you have any new pistols planned, like a micro compact? A lot of questions about the CZ micro compact, if that would ever happen.
It is already in a pipeline. It will happen. For those we are just about to launch, I can disclose a little bit more. But the ones who are still, let me say, 6 to 12 months, 6 to 14 months, I don't want to be too specific, but it's really valid. The everyday carry pistols, micro compacts, this is definitely in our pipeline. We'd like to bring it to the market as quickly as possible.
10mm handguns from CZ, will that ever happen?
Well, we do discuss a lot of calibers, yeah, like 9mm, 10mm, 4.6, 5.7, and so on. For an upcoming months, let me say 1, 2, 3 quarters, I do not see a 10mm still in a pipeline. However, it's under the review of our product team which calibers we'd like to have in the US market and the rest of the world.
It's possible.
It's possible.
but definitely not planned.
Definitely not planned for, let's say, next 3 quarters.
A lot of questions about optics readiness across the line.
Yeah.
Are you planning to introduce optics readiness across the line of handguns?
I would say, I would really confirm it as you just said that. Yeah. And the optics ready, we can see with the very increased demand of the customers, of the consumers, and optic readiness, as you say, is the issue. It's the feature which we like to bring basically with all pistols.
What is the biggest challenge in terms of a particular product that you have faced as the CEO of this company?
Particular product.
That was just really hard. It was like, man, it's a headache every day. This has been a real pain in the ass.
I mean, I'm sorry for that. Nothing is coming to my mind. I mean, I don't want.
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, I don't want to say that we don't have issues. Every company has issues, whatever, with the market that launch their regulations in the other market, suppliers, and so on and so on. But I mean, anything which was bigger than the others really is not coming to my mind.
And it doesn't have to be bad, anything bad, but just something that was more complicated than your average introduction, say. Was there anything complicated, or does everything run smoothly?
I would turn it a little bit, I would flip it upside down. What I do really like that was very smooth was the Shadow 2 Compact. That was very short time to customer, great positive feedback from the customers. We do see as a, let me call a perfect gun in that group. Yeah.
You know, we're doing great on time. You got 2.5 minutes, so
Amazing.
I've got 2 easy questions to close this out. Number 1, your most favorite CZ.
Well, I'll stay with the pistols, yeah, and it might really look weird, but I really love the Shadow 2 Compact. Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
fantastic.
really love it.
And finally, what is the best Czech beer?
I do really love Pilsner.
Pilsner?
Right.
Which one? Pilsner or Kel?
Yes,
That's
exactly,
the
that
best
one. Even though it's not from our region, it's from Czech, it's about 300 kilometers away from us. I love it.
Well, if I come to UB and I want the best beer from the region, what is it?
We have a local one which is called Jarošov.
Did I have that one the other night, boys? No?
You don't need to try it.
I'll try it tonight. Mr. Zajic,
Thanks so
thank
much.
you so much for being on the program. Guys, thanks as
you.
usual for tuning into TFBTV. We are going to be bringing you more from CZ in the Czech Republic. Stay tuned. 1:24 to go. Thank you
That
very
was
much,
brilliant.
Mr. Zajic.